Hi, hope you're having a great day. You're watching JFG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm going to go over Bad Batch Season 2 first reactions and reviews to kind of give you an idea of what critics are saying from people that have seen the season. I'm going to give you how many episodes they've exactly seen and so on. So yeah, it's going to be this really interesting video just to give you an idea of what to expect. The good stuff, the bad stuff, is it better in Season 1, which characters get the most development, and so on and so on. You're really going to get an idea with this video. So yeah, let's get started. But before I get started, I'm going to give you an idea of how this format of this video works. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to decide, like you see me right here, then I put the tweet or the critic that saw it, and then I'm going to read it out loud, but you can also pause the video and read it yourself, and then I'll kind of break down what exactly they're trying to say. So yeah, that's the format of this video, and you're going to understand that once I do it the first time. So yeah, let's get started. And the first one comes from Star Wars Holocron, where he says, "The Bad Batch Season 2 is wholesome, and Omega's growth is heartfelt. Season 2 lacks the overarching narrative of Season 1, with isolated episodes influenced by Indiana Jones and Oliver Twist. Episodes with Cody and Gungi, a hunting Palpatine scene, and an arc about the Empire facing out clones are highlights." So there you go. There's the first reaction review that I'm going to go on with this video, and this one basically says that Season 2 is really wholesome, and Omega does get a really nice character development, which is great. I'm really excited for that because I feel like Omega really liked character development in the first season. So that's great, and we do know that she's going to be a little more grown up now, so that's also really awesome. It also says that Season 2 does not have the same overarching story as Season 1. You know, Season 1 was basically Crosshair hunting down the Bad Batch for Omega, but this one seems to not have that story, so it's very interesting to just see that. And then it says that there's episodes inspired by Indiana Jones and Oliver Twist, and then the episodes with Cody and Little Gungi, and also the Palpatine one, are like the highlights of the season. They're the best episodes, so that's really interesting. Just kind of giving you an idea of what episodes there's going to be in this series, and those sound actually pretty interesting, especially that about the Empire facing out the clones. I'm really excited to see that episode. So yeah, just keep a lookout for that. The next first reaction review is going to come from Cian Kane, who said, "I blasted through 14 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2 last week, and it was amazing. It captures the coolest elements of Season 1, some pivotal moments in the Star Wars timeline, excellent Clone Wars callbacks, and Crosshair's storyline is incredible. Hashtag The Bad Batch." So this one's a very positive first review. Basically, first of all, let's go over this. He said he only watched 14 episodes, and the season does contain 16. So this person has not seen the finale or the penultimate episode. So just keep that in mind. There are 16 episodes in this season, and I think all critics have only seen the 14 episodes. I don't think anybody's seen the 16 episodes. So just keeping that in mind. And some people have seen less, and you'll see that when we read more. But yeah, now it also said that the Bad Batch was amazing, that it really captured some of the coolest elements of Season 1, which is great. I felt like some things in Season 1 didn't work, some things did work, so I'm glad that they're taking what worked on this season and taking off what didn't work. They also said that it went through some pivotal moments in the Star Wars timeline, and I think that's basically referring to whenever the Empire got rid of the clone troopers for stormtroopers, as we saw in the other version review where they mentioned that was a scene, or that was an episode. And also they said that there's some excellent Clone Wars callbacks, which I'm really curious to see. I'm really curious to see if we're going to have some Clone Wars flashbacks. That would be pretty cool. And that Crosshair storyline is incredible, which is great. He is a favorite character in The Bad Batch. I think he's just really interesting, really cool. He's super cold. So the fact that he has a really incredible storyline, I'm really excited to see that storyline. Really, really excited. Alright, the next first review comes from Jacob, who said, "Seeing the first 14 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2, and with this, there's a couple of weaker episodes. It's one of the best Star Wars animated seasons yet. Some fun surprises, inclusions, but more importantly, some excellent and quite dark storytelling. Huge improvement from Season 1. Jacob also continued by saying, and I quote, "There's a couple episodes that are perfect Star Wars storytelling and represents perhaps the pinnacle of Star Wars animation. I still believe that the animated format for Star Wars storytelling is way too underused, and we could be having more incredible stories like this." So yeah, those are very first person reactions and reviews. First of all, by saying that this is a huge improvement over Season 1, which is great. However, they did mention how there's some weaker episodes, and I think they're going to be the filler episodes, and I really hate the filler episodes. Season 1 had a lot of filler episodes, and those were my least favorite ones, especially whenever you watch it week to week and you see like a filler episode, you're just like, oh man. So I really hope that they kind of don't have that much, but they do say that there are some weaker episodes. And lastly, the highlight that I really want to take out of this review is that they mentioned that it's some quite dark storytelling. So that's super awesome. I'm really excited to see that dark storytelling. Last season, they kind of got dark a little bit with Crosshair. I thought he was kind of a dark character. So when they continue seeing that darkness in his character, I'm super, super excited. Jacob also puts the emphasis on animation for Star Wars, saying that it's one of the best storytelling methods that they have, and they should do more about it. And I think I agree with that 100%. I mean, Tessa Jedi was pretty awesome. Clone Wars is amazing, and so on. So I think they should do more animation for Star Wars. I agree with that a lot. Alright, moving on to the next review, and this comes from laughingplace.com. I said like Twitter account is called, and they mention, I've seen the first few episodes of Star Wars The Bad Batch. Paying attention to that, they fall into the first few episodes, and then they mention The Bad Batch Season 2, and I can report that it retains the same entertaining mix of action and lighthearted fun as the first. But there are also some very dark moments and serious themes at play here. I think fans will be into it. So that's super awesome, super positive. They mentioned, like I said, like I interrupted myself, that there's obviously the first few episodes. And they said that it contained the same lighthearted action type of stuff, which I really enjoy. But what I'm really interested in, once again, is the dark moments and serious themes that they have. I'm really excited for that. I really like whenever storytelling kind of goes dark. Even in Clone Wars, whenever the storytelling went really dark, that's when the show really got my attention. So I'm really excited to see the darkness in this show. Alright, moving on to the next version review. Answer comes from Tessa Smith, who said, I've seen the first 4 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2, and boy, does it feel bad to be back with Clone Force 99. The story so far is dark and suspenseful, with a filler episode thrown in, too. I have up to episode 14, and I can't wait to keep watching. It's good. Alright, so that's the first reaction review for Tessa Smith, and they mentioned the first 4 episodes. Out of those four episodes, there was one filler episode. They didn't mention which one, but there was one filler episode. So keep that in mind, there is going to be filler episodes, just like Season 1, which I hate, but it's okay. So they're going to have one filler episode. Just in the first 4 episodes, there's already one. So I'm assuming it's going to be like one every 4 episodes, which I think there's 16 episodes, so I'm just going to be around 4 filler episodes, which I think I'll be fine with, but I don't know. How do you feel about that? Tell me that down in the comments. It also once again mentions that it's dark and suspenseful, just like the other reviews, which is super exciting, and that it's really good. That's basically saying that it's really good, so that's awesome. I really am excited for this show. The next version review comes from Adam Holmes, who says, Star Wars The Bad Batch fans, I've seen the first 14 episodes of Season 2, and you're in for some fun times and wild twists ahead. This show continues to be a worthy Clone Wars successor in many ways, and Omega and Crosshair fans will be especially sated. He continued by saying, and I quote, Geez, this blew up. Thank you all for your shares and comments. I really can't share any spoilers about The Bad Batch Season 2 for obvious reasons, but for the Echo fans who inquired, all I can say is keep your eyes peeled. So that's really awesome. So the main things that I really want to stretch about this is that they mentioned wild twists. So it does seem like there's going to be some twists in this season, which I'm excited to see. But the other thing that I want to stretch out is that they mentioned Omega and Crosshair will have the best character arcs in season, at least so far. Which once again is going to be super excited because I feel like Omega was I had a mixed bag with Omega in the first season, but Crosshair was the character that I liked the most in season 1, so I'm really excited to see that they're going to have strong character arcs in the season as well. And also on the second thing, he mentioned how Echo is also going to have a strong character arc and some pretty awesome stuff. So that's great. I feel like Echo should have more character development, and I'm so happy that he's finally getting it. Alright, moving on to the next question review, and this one comes from Sky Talkers, who said, We've seen some episodes of Season 2 of The Bad Batch, and not only is the animation breathtaking and beautiful, but it felt great to be back with our favorite role clones. The premiere is an exciting Kickstarter to the season. So that's the first review from Sky Talkers, and they mentioned that its animation is once again great, which I'm really excited. I think the animation of Clone Wars and Bad Batch has been amazing, especially towards the last season of Clone Wars and season 1 of The Bad Batch. It was really awesome. It also mentioned that the premiere is an amazing starter to the season, so I'm really excited for that. Last season, the first episode, I think is still my favorite. It was super awesome, so I'm really excited to see how this one kicks off. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Alright, well, on to the next version review, and this comes from Savannah Sanders, who says, and this is my last version review as well, so keep that in mind. Moving on to the last version review from Savannah Sanders, who says, Season 2 of The Bad Batch continues Lucasfilm's animation tradition of exploring meaningful, complex themes within the boundaries of a family-friendly Star Wars story. Omega is on the fast track to becoming the next Star Wars icon, and the animation is stunning. She also continued by saying, however, from what episodes 1 through 14 had to offer, and apart from a few must-see moments, The Bad Batch still hasn't reached the levels of Rebels or Clone Wars. This reality may be even more apparent in light of both Andor and Tales of the Jedi. So that's what Savannah Sanders has to say, and she's basically one of the workers at Star Wars Direct. So if you know Star Wars Direct, then you know what they're talking about. But basically, they had some positives and some negatives. So let's go over the positive first, and let's go over the negatives after. So we're saying that once again, this the season explores meaningful themes through the family-friendly lens, just like Clone Wars did, and so many other animated shows for this franchise. And also that Omega is on fast track to becoming the next big Star Wars character, kind of like how Ahsoka became the next big Star Wars character from animation. Omega is on track for that. That's what basically they're saying. However, they did say that there was some negatives, and they're saying that beyond all these episodes, even beyond some messy moments, it still hasn't like been incredible. It still hasn't been amazing. Kind of like Rebels or Clone Wars, where they were like a lot higher. That's basically saying that Rebels and Clone Wars are right here, and Bad Batch is right here. It still hasn't reached that part, and they said that it's even more apparent just because Andor and Tales of Jedi was so good, especially Andor. I love Andor, but because those two things were so good, this show still hasn't reached that level yet. So that's interesting to just keep that in mind, that this show is not as good as those things, at least not yet, according to reactions and reviews. Remember, they had not seen the finale, so it might all be amazing by the finale, but it's just really interesting to keep that in mind. So yeah, that's all the first reviews that I got for you in this video. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments. Are you more excited now? Are you least excited now? I'm super curious. What are your expectations for this show for a season? I'm very curious. And which character is your favorite from the Bad Batch? I'm also very curious. As well as, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It will be very helpful. So please leave a like and subscribe for other content that I'm sure you're going to enjoy, including Bad Batch things. I've done a bunch of Andor videos and a bunch of other stuff, so just subscribe for all that content. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is Jerry Entertainment, out.